Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Shaun Wallace drops huge sad update just a few minutes ago. Broken our hearts, this news must say. The episode featured Shaun Wallace, better known as the Dark Destroyer. With his brooding presence, deep baritone voice, and encyclopedic knowledge, Shaun was a fan favourite. Yet tonight's episode wasn't met with the usual excitement. Instead, social media exploded with disappointed comments. Why is ITV playing a repeat on a Monday? This was aired 6 months ago. I remember that woman in the orange blouse. ITV, come on now. Give us new content. Normally, a repeat during the week might slide under the radar. But Monday was sacred. It was supposed to usher in a fresh batch of contestants and chaser showdowns. Loyal fans felt shortchanged. But little did they know that what seemed like a recycled episode would soon take an unexpected turn. One that would have viewers glued to their screens all over again. The 4 contestants, introduced with all the usual panache, were oddly familiar. Linda, a primary school teacher from Sheffield. Pete, a lorry driver with a knack for 80s music. Imran, a softly spoken history graduate. And finally, Tracy, a lively dance instructor from Essex. The audience remembered them well, mostly because they were part of one of the most infamous wipeouts in recent chase memory. In the original airing months ago, Shaun had steamrolled the team. One by one, they were picked off during the head-to-heads. Not a single contestant made it through to the final chase. It was brutal, clinical, and unrelenting. That episode had trended nationwide, not for the joy of victory, but for the sheer ruthlessness of defeat. Which is why tonight's repeat had fans on edge. A few have forgotten the outcome and settled in for entertainment. Others knew exactly what was coming. Or so they thought. As the episode unfolded, there was a flicker of unfamiliarity, subtle, but notable. Shaun seemed a little more animated than usual. During Linda's cash builder, he offered a rare compliment. Good set of answers there, Linda. You might give me a run for my money. Then came Pete's head-to-head, and things got even weirder. Shaun missed 2 questions. Viewers leaned forward. That hadn't happened in the original airing, had it? Twitter lit up again. Wait, didn't Shaun destroy these guys last time? Why's he wobbling? At Elik knows best. Either this is Mandela effect, or ITV pulled a sneaky edit. At Quiz Obsessed UK. Back in the studio, things were escalating. Not 1, not 2, but 3 contestants made it through to the final chase. Linda, Pete, and Tracy. It was a redemption arc. The same team that had once been annihilated was now poised for a remarkable comeback. But how? What ITV hadn't advertised, and what fans only discovered later, was that this wasn't just a repeat. It was a refilmed special, a unique second chance rematch episode, produced quietly months after the original. The contestants had been invited back for a surprise twist in the show's format. What if players who suffered a full team wipeout were given a chance to reface the same chaser in a rematch? And this time, they came prepared. Linda had spent weeks brushing up on general knowledge. Pete turned his lorry cab into a mobile quiz zone with audiobook trivia. Tracy, who'd originally been eliminated by a single mistake, reportedly took the loss personally and joined 3 local quiz leagues. Shaun Wallace, for his part, had no idea the same contestants would be walking out when he entered the studio. The look on his face as he saw them was priceless. Ah, he had muttered. The ghosts of Christmas past. By the time the final chase rolled around, anticipation was through the roof. This wasn't just a game anymore. It was personal. A grudge match between brainpower and redemption. The trio worked seamlessly. They answered 21 questions correctly. A solid performance by any standard. Viewers were buzzing. What a turnaround! These three are like a whole new team. At Chase Watch UK. This is better than the World Cup final. At Banterbury. Then came Shaun's turn. He started strong, rattling off 5 correct answers in under 30 seconds. But the questions began to turn. He faltered on an obscure opera question. He stumbled on a pop culture reference. He paused on a geography clue. With under 30 seconds left, the scoreboard read 20 correct answers. Then came the 21st. In Norse mythology, which tree connects the 9 realms? Shaun hesitated. Yggdrasil, he said finally, and correctly. 21 to 21. Tie. But he had 4 seconds left. The clock reset for the tiebreaker question. Which British author created the character Thursday next? The timer started. Shaun's brow furrowed. He didn't buzz. Time ran out. The studio erupted. The trio won the jackpot. £21,000 between them. The credits hadn't even rolled before social media blew up. Again. WASNTARETAT. ITV UCHAEKK GNewsCS. I went from annoyed to astonished. What a twist. What an episode. Shaun was incredible. But I'm glad the team got their win. Even the Chase's official Twitter account got in on the action. Not a mistake. Not a repeat. A second chance special. Congrats to Linda, Pete, and Tracy. And hats off to Shaun the Dark Destroyer Wallace for taking on the challenge again. Would you like to see more rematches? The Chase. In an exclusive post-show interview uploaded to YouTube the next day, Shaun Wallace addressed the fans. Was I surprised? Absolutely. You never expect to face the same contestants twice. But they brought their A game, and I respect that. He added with a smile, I don't like to lose, but I like fair fights. And that was a brilliant one. When asked if he would do it again, he grinned. Anytime. Just don't ask me another Thursday next question. ATV insiders hinted that this surprise special could be the start of a new Chase tradition. A redemption week, where unlucky contestants return for a shot at glory. Fans overwhelmingly supported the idea. It's genius. Emotional, dramatic, and totally unexpected. At Chase for Life. Now I need Paul Sinha to face that one contestant who ran out the studio crying. At Rewatch the Chase. By Tuesday morning, the episode had become one of the most talked about events in ITV quiz show history. Good Morning Britain opened with a segment titled, The Chase Repeat That Wasn't. Viewers react to epic Shaun Wallace rematch. Piers Morgan's replacement, Jonathan Swain, even joked, this might be the first time a repeat gets nominated for a BFTA. Meanwhile, on This Morning, Holly Willoughby and Ben Shepherd were in stitches discussing the twist. Honestly, said Holly, I was so cross at the start, shouting at the telly, saying, come on ITV, give us something new, and then BAMM. Best episode I've ever seen. Ben nodded. The producers deserve a raise. It was like the sixth sense of game shows. You thought you knew the ending, but then, plot twist. Later that week, the newly victorious trio, Linda, Pete, and Tracy, were invited back to the This Morning couch for their first live post-chase interview. Linda, beaming with pride, told the hosts, I cry for the first time we lost. I just felt so embarrassed. I barely spoke during the drive home. But when the producers called us back, I thought, this is my chance to prove I'm better than that. Pete chuckled. Honestly, I thought they were joking. I was like, what? Are we doing a rematch like it's the FA Cup? But we went all in. Tracy added with sass, I joined 2 quiz nights a week. My boyfriend didn't see me for a month. This wasn't just a game. This was a comeback. The team shared how they'd supported each other in the run-up to filming. They'd formed a WhatsApp group called Dark Destroyer Rematch, where they quizzed each other nightly, exchanged flashcards, and even practiced breathing exercises to stay calm under pressure. That win meant more than just the money, Linda said. It felt like closure. A week later, ITV aired a behind-the-scenes mini-documentary on the making of the rematch episode. Titled Redemption on the Chase, it gave fans a glimpse into Shaun's reaction as he learned about the twist. I'll admit, when I saw their names, I thought, this'll be easy, Shaun said with a wry smile. But then Tracy came through the cash builder with £9,000, and I knew this wasn't the same team. He admitted he'd underestimated them. I made the mistake of assuming past performance equals future outcome. Big mistake. But in true Dark Destroyer fashion, he added, next time we meet, they won't be so lucky. I never lose twice to the same team. Cue dramatic music. Inspired by the Redemption episode, fans launched an online petition calling for the Chase to host more second chance specials. Imagine all the contestants over the years who lost by one question, who froze under pressure, who got a rogue set of questions. This new twist gives the underdogs a shot, and it's fantastic TV. Even former contestants chimed in. Sarah from Wales, who was eliminated in 2017 after slipping on an obvious literature question, tweeted, Wedi du eisau gyn UPAFR AYMAT8. In response, the Chase's producers teased on social media, we hear you. Redemption may not be over. Stay tuned. The episode did more than entertain. It sparked a wider conversation about failure, resilience, and the power of second chances.